Hi guys, how's it going? In today's video, I'm pleased to announce that Bojo the Clown and the Numpty Brigade may actually have some good news for post-Brexit UK. Now, don't reach for your remotes quite yet. Bear with me, please, just a few moments, okay? Please, But before we get going, I would like to extend a very, very heartfelt special thanks to those of you that shared yesterday's video on other platforms. I could see today that the views on the video were mostly from those who had come into YouTube from different links like FB, Twitter, Instagram. So the word is getting out there and we're really starting to get that message through. So I ask that after you subscribe and do the bell thingy, and most importantly, share with your social groups, that you engage with these numpies with the facts that we and others like us are providing. It really lifted hope in my heart that we're getting the message out there. But enough of that, and let's go. The headline reads, Brexit Britain has scored another huge victory after leaving the European Union, and that has seen Remainers brutally torn apart from their vicious doom mongering. Did you hear that now? We've been torn apart, yet the majority of the people, as we saw in the previous video in the UK, now know that Brexit was a mistake, okay? The press release goes on to say that Boris Johnson's post-Brexit plans to turn the UK into a global shipping hub received a monumental boost from the news that the Duke of Northumberland is joining forces with pension fund giant Legal & General to fund an ambitious super port in Teesside. Well, there you go. Now, what that headline should have read is that following Brexit, the investment bank Royal Bank of Canada is selling PD Ports that employs 1,300 people across 10 sites in the UK, and with a bit of luck, the Duke of Northumberland is joining forces with pension giants Legal & General to see if they can save as many jobs as possible and maybe get a good deal. That's what it should say. You see, like you, I watched in horror as the UK voted to leave the EU, and just like you, I listened to the stories of unicorns and pavements of gold. But at no time did I hear of Teesside becoming a global hub for shipping. Interestingly, however, I do have some small experience in this industry, and though I don't know much, it seems that I know even more than the numpties. So, wow. No big surprise there, but wow, okay? You see, the whole success around international hubs is the ability to distribute cargo effectively and more cheaply than your competitors. If you can't do that, you're screwed. And nobody in their right mind would back such a plan that doesn't achieve those key areas, okay? Nobody. Teesside, though may you not know, is the third largest port in the UK and the 10th largest in the EU. So they've been in the business for quite a while. So why is it, do you think, that Teesside, which was at one time by far the largest port in the UK, has been regulated the third spot and has gone through more bloody owners than a 4th Division football team? Okay, the answer is simple. It's down to three things. One, the Northeast has been in steady decline of industrial output, especially from coal and motor vehicles, woolen mills, all that stuff, heavy engineering goods. Two is that shipping requirements have changed massively over the last 20 years, let alone the last 50 years. And finally, three, the oil and gas industry, which was a major customer of Teesside, is steadily in decline. And Teesside, along with the rest of Northeast England, has been abandoned by successive governments for decades. They're the reasons, okay? Ships have got a hell of a lot bigger than the average trans-ocean container ship was in 2010. It's In 2020, transshipping containers are twice the size, and those ships have one single requirement. They must be able to dock irrespective of the time of year or the time of day, and there must be nearby markets for those goods that are nearby distribution systems. Good infrastructure, okay? Docking at any time is simply not possible in Teesside. The tide fluctuations in Teesside over the course of a year is 4 meters or 13 feet. This means that very large container ships can only dock in Teesside when the tide permits. And I'm not talking about the ultra or super size, I'm talking about just big ones. They have to come in at a specific time. So it's not rocket science. Furthermore, and I really don't mean to be a killjoy here, even if those large container vessels could dock in Teesside, what would they be carrying on the return trip? The car and truck manufacturers use Tyneside, and those facilities are already in decline. So unless those container ships can fill up their holds and their decks, they just ain't going to use that as a hub. It's just not going to happen. And to give you an idea, Teesside handles 33 million tons of goods per year. Rotterdam, on the other hand, that isn't affected by tides, handles 441 million tons and can handle the biggest cargo vessel at any time, at any hour, on any day, any week. Doesn't make any difference. Okay? Singapore, the big one in Southeast Asia, that handles 630 million tons. Los Angeles, 200 million tons. They're called hubs. They're real hubs. So given real facts that we're seeing here, I'd like to put my Harry Potter hat on for a minute and give a logical opinion as an outsider looking in, okay? Though not known by many, Teesside Port is basically made up of 2 competing companies. And I think what we're seeing here is either both companies trying to come together under one roof to survive, or we've got a takeover going on, okay? The management of Teesside see an opportunity to win more business from Newcastle by providing better facilities, which further enables them to capitalize on that asset that they have, the rail infrastructure, because they have up to 25 rail links every day. At least that's what the chief commercial officer of the port said. So I'm reckoning if he said in the Telegraph that that was the major advantage, we need to sit up and pay attention to him, okay? Now, I really don't know which it is, to be honest, but I do know, as does every man, blind man even, on a galloping horse knows, it is not and never can be a global hub, as the numpties would have us to believe. It just doesn't make any commercial sense. It's rubbish. That being said, it would be fantastic for the people of the Northeast region if it was to happen, and if it was to be successful, of course. But that success can only take from another region. It's not going to take business as an international hub, but it could take business from Newcastle. But it's just shifting business. That's all it's doing. Can you imagine ships sailing past Rotterdam to make their way to Teesside and thereby putting an extra about 2.5 days on the shipping schedules? Even the director of PD Ports has pointed out that it's the rail network that is one of the key logistical advantages of Teesside, because it can deliver goods throughout the UK. You know, that's what he said. Unfortunately, the only news that cannot be denied is that following the announcement of the sale, more jobs are at risk for an already forgotten and economically abandoned region that for some strange reason backed Brexit. So thanks for watching, and I'll see all you guys on the flip side. Don't forget to share. Take care.